Good afternoon, Soaring Profits here with Patrick, as always. Well, it looks like the meeting is over. The meeting has ended with Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, and the world didn't fall apart, folks. Fantastic. A few interesting takes from this meeting with Jerome today. He brought up a number of times that he is not unwilling to do what he has to do to get inflation under control. Now, what does that mean? Well, like we've said before, is that the Federal Reserve Bank has both very few but blunt choices in dealing with matters. So we've talked about this before, that if the tool that you have in your tool chest or in your tool belt is a hammer, then everything becomes a nail. They don't have the screwdriver. They don't have the wrench. They don't have the finer minutia of tools. Everything that they have, it's going to be a hammer. So what we saw today is that while they are in a position where they don't feel that they're going to need to hammer the market, they will if they have to. So the market actually handled that fairly well. I would almost go as well as extremely well. It seems like the markets have taken into account that the Federal Reserve Bank is going to continue hiking rates, and that they are going to do it on a scheduled basis, right? Like, we are going to have increasing interest rates here for the foreseeable future. So what does that mean? Well, today there's no panic in the market. We saw a slight dip when Chair Powell made kind of obtuse comments around what the Federal Reserve was going to do. When he made comments along the lines of, it's our job to get pricing under control, to get the job and employment standards under control. We had little blips in the market, but nothing big. People have already priced this in. What I thought earlier today was going to happen is that Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell was going to come out and scare the market. And he didn't do that. He never really got to that level today. So there's a couple reasons as to why that might be. First and foremost is that he wants to do what they're calling is a soft landing. They're trying to dial this into an appropriate level where they don't crash the market. They don't pull us directly into a hard recession, but that we can soft land getting back to inflation controlled numbers. The issue about this is that Jerome is now, a new terminology that we're using as of today is called a softish landing. So a softish landing means that we're willing to crash it if we have to, but we don't think we're going to have to. So what does this mean for us investors? What does this mean for our daily lives? This could be an interesting turnaround point. This could be what we call the inflection point to the downside. So this could be the start of some consolidation in and around the lowest prices we're seeing on some of our favorite stocks. And as long as we can keep everything in the media, right? My biggest concerns right now are Finland and Sweden. That would be the geopolitical stuff. As long as we can keep those somewhat stable and steady for the foreseeable future here, we might avoid this recession. And I know a few days ago I was the guy calling for a recession. I think we're in it, to be honest with you. I think we're in the recession right now. I think that if he's able to dial this in, and the market is kind of sort of believing him a little bit, that we might just pull this off without being a crushing. So that's today's take. If everything goes the way Jerome believes it's going to go, now you got to decide if you believe in Jerome Powell. But if he can pull it off the way that he's hoping he can, he is hoping to avoid recession. He's hoping to dial in inflation back down to 2% and unemployment in around that 3.25%. Those are lofty goals from where we are right now. We have inflation around 12 to 13%. So that's, 4 times, 5 times too high, realistically. So what do we do? It'll be very interesting. But today, the market took it, handled it, and achieved what they needed to hear out of it with some marginal success. So we'll see. As always, folks, us from Soaring Profits are going to keep you in tune. We're going to give you the updated information as we get it and our take on it. So thanks again, folks. Patrick, as always, and let's make some money together, folks. Take care.